If you walk down the Sunset Strip at midnight, past the neon hum of the Chateau Marmont and the velvet ropes of the Viper Room, you're not just looking at a playground for the rich and famous. You're looking at the battlefield of a shadow war that has been raging for 100 years. In America, we love a good success story, the waitress discovered at a soda fountain myth, but the reality of Hollywood is far more calculated. Behind the glittering facade of every blockbuster and every surprise Oscar win, there is a complex architecture of power brokers, hidden handshakes, and exclusive circles that decide who becomes a household name and who remains a ghost in the machine. This is the secret history of Hollywood societies, a deep dive into the clandestine networks from the ancient guilds to the modern digital elite that pull the strings of the global imagination. We aren't just talking about movies here, we're talking about the silent engineering of American culture itself. The roots of these societies go back to the very bedrock of the industry, the Big Five studio era. While the public was enchanted by the silent films of the 1920s, the real power was being consolidated in windowless rooms by men who understood that if you control the stories a nation watches, you control the nation. Take, for example, the early days of the Academy of Motion Picture Arts and Sciences. To the world, it's a prestigious awards body, but in its 1927 inception, it was designed by Louis B. Mayer as a company union to prevent real labor organizing. It was a high-level gatekeeping society that decided the standards of the industry, effectively blackballing anyone who didn't play by the studio's rigid moral and political codes. This was the birth of the inner circle mentality, a microhistory of exclusion that set the template for every secret clique that followed. In these circles, a forgotten star wasn't just someone whose movies flopped, they were someone who had their membership revoked by the invisible architects of the silver screen. As the decades rolled on, the nature of these societies evolved from corporate boardrooms to more esoteric gatherings. In the mid-century, whispers of the Hollywood Illuminati or occult-leaning social clubs began to seep into the American consciousness. While many of these were just exaggerated rumors fueled by the era's Cold War paranoia, they pointed to a very real truth, the existence of power nodes like the Bohemian Club or the elusive Committee of 26. These weren't just parties, they were high-stakes clearinghouses where scripts were greenlit, reputations were laundered, and the political trajectory of the country was nudged over martinis and cigars. We see the echoes of this in the Brat Pack of the 80s or the Pussy Posse of the 90s, groups that seemed like casual friendships but functioned as impenetrable fortresses of influence. If you weren't in the group, you didn't get the audition. This is the systemic price of admission that has broken more careers than any box office bomb ever could. But in 2026, the secret societies have gone digital and global. The power broker of today isn't just a studio head in a pinstripe suit, it's a data architect or a venture capitalist in a Silicon Valley hoodie. We've entered the age of the algorithm elite, a hidden network of tech giants and media moguls who use predictive analytics to decide which microhistories get told and which are buried by the feed. These modern societies operate in dark channels, encrypted group chats and private servers where the next decade of American entertainment is pre-calculated. The true cost of fame in this new era is the total surrender of one's narrative to these invisible curators. As we unpack these stories, from the Masonic influence on early set design to the shadowy Manhattan 45ers quietly mobilizing in the heights of 2026, we realize that the silver screen is never just a mirror of reality. It is a carefully crafted projection managed by a few for the consumption of the many. The question isn't just who is pulling the strings, it's why they want us to look in one direction while they're moving the world in another.